Hey guys, so as of today, the malls have reopened in Thailand. So I'm just sitting here and finishing up lunch, and just getting ready to go check out the mall and see what's changed here. I've already came in. Obviously, I'm sitting here having lunch, but yeah, it's pretty tight security when you go in. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is what the security looks like, and what the process is to get into the malls here in Thailand, and then we'll walk around and explore and see what's changed, and see what the different types of regulations are. I really just kind of went in the first place as I came in here, just grabbed some quick lunch. I haven't walked around the mall at all. So yeah, we'll walk around together and just see what's different. All right, let's go.
So the first thing you can see is when people come in, they kind of have like a little gateway area when you come in. And they actually have a little scanner there, and basically it's a facial recognition scanner, so it captures your image and it takes your temperature. After that, you need to use some hand sanitizer. And then when you come up towards the end, they have a little logging station where basically you need to write down your name, you need to write down your telephone number, and just to kind of keep a record of the amount of people who have been in the mall today. I mean, just walking around and looking at the mall, I think it's a pretty normal amount of people here. I think it's I wouldn't say there's any less or more people here than usual. You can see there's a number of people on the escalators. I mean, this is my local mall, so I'm here all the time. So I think, in terms of the amount of people, I don't really notice any differences. I see a little shop over here checking people's temperatures, as they walk in. That's obviously something you don't normally see because you have to get your temperature just to come into the mall anyway, so I'm not sure why you'd have to do this again, but yeah, so I just had to get my temperature even just to walk into this store here, so it's pretty interesting. So I'm just standing here outside of Uniqlo, and this is pretty interesting as well. If you can see there, they have another station where you actually have to write down your information, and they're registering every single customer. So every customer that comes in, they're registering their identity, and I guess they're tracing the number of customers that are entering the store on a daily basis to track the data to see, I don't know, maybe how crowded the malls are, but it's pretty intense, I have to say. I mean, we gave all our private personal information just to enter the mall, got our temperatures sanitized, and then it seems like it's the same process to enter some stores. It's not every store. Like I said, I just walked in a store, they took my temperature and stuff, but they're not doing it in every single store. So I'm going to be interested to see what other places are doing. And they seem to be, if you can see there, they're limiting, they're kind of bottlenecking the entrances, so everybody has to go through the same level of security, so it doesn't require as much staff to catch everybody on their way in or on their way out. I don't know how that would help people social distance. It's probably doing the opposite, is making people line up next to each other, but it is what it is, I guess. Now this is something that I've never seen before. This is a True Shop, which is basically like a mobile telephone shop. They're selling phones and plan services, and they've set it up like a waiting room outside of the store. It's like all out in the middle of the store for the waiting area just to go into the shop. I've never seen that before, so that's definitely quite a different change. Kind of like a little outdoor clothing area. This is all normal. This is how this is normally set up out here, so no real change there. This is absolutely the most empty you will ever see a Starbucks in Thailand in your entire life. I've never seen a Starbucks this empty. There's almost no customers in there whatsoever. 26 seats seating service. So I guess they've reduced the amount of seats, but nobody is going in here. There's 2 customers in the entire store. It's crazy. Wow, that's a sight. I mean, normally in Thailand, it's really, really hard to even find a seat in Starbucks, and this one is, I mean, it's open, it's just completely empty. It's pretty shocking. So I'm down here now in the food court area, and this has really changed. They've really spread out all of the tables down here, and the tables are spread out over a much wider area, and they're all single-seater tables. So, I mean, it looks like even if you've come, you know, with your family, well, I guess some people are moving the seats, but how they set it up, I guess they don't even want families sitting together. They just kind of have all the tables, you know, just kind of single seaters like this one here. And this is totally different. I mean, the tables, they're not usually set out this far spread apart. They're covering a much wider area where there normally wouldn't be any tables. So that's really changed pretty significantly. This is one of my favorite little gelato places. This little place over here, it's only 19 baht for a cup of gelato, which is, I mean, it's less than 60 cents US. So one cup of gelato, less than 60 cents US. It's an awesome deal, and their gelato is good as hell. Here at the bread store, at the little bakery, and they have like these little plastic coverings over all the food. So I guess if people, you know, cough, it's just kind of protect the food from catching germs in communal areas. I was curious what they were going to do with the food areas where it was like a little bit more communal, and if they were going to have like buffet style foods. But it looks what they're doing is just putting some plastic coverings over it, and yeah, it's still open and it's nice. So now I want to go in the supermarket up here, and I'm looking for an N95, new N95 mask. I have an N95 mask now, but yeah, I would like to get a new one. It's getting a little ratty around the edges, so looking for a new one. And so hopefully there's a little drugstore in here that had them last time, but let's see how we can get in here. There's just, everything is so roped off in terms of the entrances. It's hard to know how you enter each shop. So yeah, normally I could just walk in from here, but all that's closed down. So, oh god, I guess we have to go all the way down and around. Yeah, where exactly do we start to get into this place? I really don't have any idea. Maybe around the other side. I guess I have to come in from the front side. You can't come in from the side area over here. Okay. Alright, well, we'll walk around to the other side then. So I got through the checkpoint there at the supermarket, and what it was is we didn't have to actually register anything, but I guess if you had an app, you could scan yourself in. I didn't have one of those apps on my phone. So what he did is he just kind of took a tally number and just is counting the number of customers that are coming into the store. I'm just gonna go check this little drugstore back here. Sometimes these little drugstores tucked away in the mall, you have a better chance to find like the N95 masks in here because it's just a smaller location. Let's see what they have. Yeah, they have a bunch of different types of masks, but they didn't really have what I'm particularly looking for, so just going to take a pass on that. Yeah, it seems that every single store, you know, has some type of bottleneck on the entrance, and they're required to track exact number of people that they're coming in per day, so they can see how many customers are flowing into each store, and I guess how many customers overall are in the mall, so they can kind of check what is the density of customers, so they can just see how this is going. It's pretty interesting. I mean, it's a lot of information to track. And the other thing is that I noticed is all the information is being tracked by hand. I mean, there's no electronics, there's no apps that they're using. They're literally writing down strike marks on a piece of paper and tabulating the amount of customers. So like somebody's just standing outside of these stores with a pen and a paper and putting down a mark every time somebody walks into the store, and I guess time stamping it, and then I guess somebody's going to be responsible to count all that shit, and then I guess submit the numbers to the government. I mean, it seems like it's a lot of work. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm surprised that this wasn't made some way to be some kind of electronic tracking system. Maybe the government could have rolled out an app or something that would have made it easier for the operators. But I mean, all the stores are doing their best. They're just taping off most of the area where you could enter in on the store, and just kind of controlling the flow of traffic, and then just tabulating all the people as they come in and come out. And I think they're just tracking to see when are the highest times of flow for people, but at least the malls are open. Yeah, this is kind of more of what I was saying, is all these kind of outdoor lobby areas. These are just banks. In Thailand, they normally have a particular floor. It's usually upstairs where they have all the banking. So this is basically like the new lobby for the bank. All the seats are outside. So I guess you're not packed in together in a smaller closed space. I mean, to be fair, we're indoors no matter whether you're indoors through those doors or outside of those doors. We're still inside the mall. So I'm not sure how much that helps, but maybe it helps somewhat to spread people out a little bit. I really don't know. Same here. This is a little hair salon, and they have the waiting area outside of the hair salon. Seems they're still doing business in there. Looks pretty much business as usual inside of there. I've come and got my hair cut here before. Let's see. I don't think that anything has really changed here. Seems that seems all pretty normal. I see they have one seat blocked off there, but other than that, I think it's all completely the same as it was before, which is good. Now I'm upstairs at the other food court area, and this one is kind of like a premium food court area, and this one is a bit more expensive than the one downstairs. It's kind of considered the premium food court, as I said, and it looks extremely empty. I mean, up here, this is the top floor, there's almost nobody here. This is pretty surprising. Like, there's normally quite a number of people here, so this is quite unusual, but it's really, really empty if you come all the way up to the top floor here. So now I just want to walk back here a little bit. There's actually a Sizzler back here, and they have kind of buffet salad bars. So I'm just curious if buffet restaurants are allowed to eat as well, because if they're allowed to serve food according to the buffet, just because people are sharing food from a communal space. So I'm just going to peek in here and just see what the situation is, and because I actually do enjoy going to Sizzler from time to time just to get some salad. Thailand's one of the places where it's not so easy to get salad. So let's check this out. So I'm glad I came to check this out. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but the salad bar here is in fact shut down, so you can't actually go into Sizzler. All that stuff, they just put up some decorative things there. It looks like they put some fake plants and stuff like that, and the areas where you would get soup and salad and all those kind of things, it's all shut down. So that's kind of the big reason why people come to Sizzler. So I only see maybe 3 customers in the entire restaurant. Normally on a Sunday, for sure, it would be way more crowded than this. I'm definitely not going to come if they're not going to have the salad bar there, but I mean, it's understandable why it's like that. So now I want to go to just one more place. There's actually one more floor up, and that floor is the place that has like different kind of cram schools and places where people can take different types of classes, whether it's language learning, art, science, cooking classes, different stuff like that. So I'm a little bit curious to see if those facilities are open as well. I do know that even though malls are open, there still are some facilities inside of malls that are not allowed to open. So for example, spa and massage, they're still legally not allowed to operate in Thailand. So those, even if they are inside of the shopping mall, those are still not allowed to operate. So I'm not really sure the regulations on the little schools and things. So let's go to check, because public schools in Thailand, they have been ordered to be closed until July. So for sure, normal public government schools, they're all shut down. Now, if it little language schools, little cram schools, little cooking classes and things like that, if they're allowed to be open or not, I guess we'll find out in a minute here. Let's go check it out. Well, it appears that all of the schools up here are closed. This is, you know, a little math cram school, and it looks like this is shut down. I don't see any lights on or anybody inside. And this is pretty much the floor for those types of things, little clinics, little schools. And it looks very empty up here. I mean, there's really nobody up here whatsoever. Let's see if there's anything around the corner. I don't think so. It might all still be shut down. So even though the malls are open, it looks like the little schools and things. Yeah, they even have the elevators blocked off over here. There's a school in the back, a language center. And it just seems like everything's kind of roped up and shut down still. So yeah, I guess those still don't have authority to be open, even though the malls are open. Guys, if you ever come to Thailand, Banchan, write that down. Best Korean fried chicken place. Oh my god. That thing is good. Seriously. This is one place, if you come, you gotta try it out. I wish they had these back in the States. Fucking delicious. Hey guys, so I just got back from the mall and just want to give a few kind of like parting thoughts on how the experience was today at the mall. So, I mean, you know, firstly, you know, it was nice to be able to get out of the house on a Sunday and to be able to do something different. I guess the malls have been closed for, I guess, nearly 2 months. So, I mean, it was nice to be able to go outside, be able to do something different, be able to go out and eat at a restaurant for once. So that part was nice, but you know, I was there today, you know, kind of more to explore the novelty of it and, you know, try to check the situation and be able to bring you guys into it to show you what it was like. And so, I mean, that part, like the exploration part of it was enjoyable. But if I was just there as a shopper today, somebody that was there to just, you know, enjoy the mall, I don't think it would have been a very pleasurable experience, to be honest. Like, everything was so restrictive. It was a process. Like, I mean, to get in any store, it was like lining up for a ride at Disney, you know, like just having to sit there, wait in line, wait for somebody to register, have your temperature checked again, you know, for the 20th time. And I mean, doing that for every single place that you enter, and then other, you know, restrictive things. Like, I mean, normally going out to a mall, going to a restaurant, you know, it's a social experience. I mean, not that many people are going out to eat by themselves. And I mean, just even in the, you know, like cafeteria type areas, just all the tables being separated and only one person being allowed per table. I mean, that doesn't really allow families to, you know, get out and be able to enjoy each other's company. And again, it doesn't make any sense because, you know, there's people that are living together that are sharing the same home, constantly touching and breathing the same air, but they're not able to go out and sit at the same table and enjoy a meal together as a family. It doesn't make much logical sense. And, you know, some of the other things, I mean, which it doesn't bother me, but like the, you know, having all the waiting areas outdoors, like not outdoors, but out into the hallway of the mall with the doors of the building. Like, I think some of these things are psychological. Like they're not actually having any real effect. It's just some type of psychological measure to say, hey, you know, we're focusing on this, we're caring about this situation. But in reality, from a medical perspective, it's probably really not doing much of anything. I don't know. Here in Thailand, I'm feeling really comfortable with the situation. I think the country's done a great job. Pretty much no local transmission. It's all over. For the last 2 weeks, there hasn't been a single case of local transmission. It's just been Thai citizens that have come back across the border. But I think, I don't know, I would probably let my foot off the gas pedal a little bit and just let people, you know, kind of enjoy life and kind of get their business and get their economy rejuvenated. That would just be me. I think the situation is pretty well in hand at this point. And I think, you know, we have to be safe, of course, but at the same time, we need people to want to be out, you know, spending their money, stimulating the economy and helping the people that have been suffering and struggling through this situation. Anyway, that's just my kind of read. Again, I was glad to be out of the house today. It was nice to do something a little bit different, but if I were a shopper,
I probably wouldn't have really enjoyed myself too much. And another thing is, according to the government and the laws, the pools were supposed to be open today. I know many of them have. For whatever reason, the pool at my condo hasn't opened yet. So that was a knife to the heart when I walked down there this morning to go take a nice swim and saw it was still locked up with caution tape like it was a crime scene. I was just like, oh, fuck, man. Like, when are they going to open this damn thing? So I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for, buy ropes to like make lanes in the pool. I have no idea what's going on, but I really hope that opens sometime this week. I've been waiting for like 2 months to get into that pool. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me today. If you liked this video, if you found it helpful in any way, go ahead and smash that like button. Comment down below. Let me know how things are going with you in your home country, any restrictions being eased. And as always, guys, take care of yourself and take it easy.